'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself anymore. I guess I'm just not interesting. I have no personality. I met a guy with cancer, and he felt sorry for me. I've never been a social guy. I'm always making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. Help me make it out of bed, 'cause I am scared and sad. Help me make it through the day, 'cause there's nothing out there for me anymore. 'Cause I'm always coming in last place and getting dirt kicked in my face, and everyone pushes ahead of me and no one stops to care. And I curse the gods each day in vain for giving me this life of pain, when all I really need's a little hug. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself. It's nobody's birthday. Don't light a candle on the cake. It's nobody's birthday. It was just a big mistake. It's nobody's birthday. No need to uncork the wine, 'cause it's nobody's birthday but mine. It's nobody's birthday. No tail on the donkey today. No need to celebrate being alive when your dreams get stolen away. It's nobody's birthday, so leave the party hats behind, 'cause it's nobody's birthday but mine. There'll be no balloon animals, no Chuck E. Cheese, no animatronic singing dogs. There'll be none of this for me. And don't give me any fucking birthday cards. I don't need your sympathy. The Hallmark stores are all closed and shit. There'll be none of this for me. It's nobody's birthday. There'll be no big surprise. The candle's flames were doused away by the teardrops from my eyes. Here we go. It's nobody's birthday. No need for presents at this time, 'cause it's nobody's birthday but mine. No, it's nobody's birthday but mine.
Check. Checking the mic. Test. 1, 2. 2. Checking the mic. 1, 2. Testing. 3, 4. Help. 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 Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. First thing I want to ask is, can you hear me? And the second one I want to ask is, can you see me? I'm seeing that the video is quite delayed. Okay. I'm in a hotel, and I'm using their internet facilities, so I just really don't know for sure how this is all going to go down. I can try little things to make it better, but not much. Hank Boozle says this is very Lynchian. I like David Lynch. I don't know if I am intending to do that at the moment because I have some explaining to do about cooking. Let me see here. There might be some little tricks I have up my sleeve in the settings. I'm going to go to OBS, Preferences. I don't think we have Quanto today. Oh, I can't change any of the settings. It got better, really? Okay. Hey, yeah, you know what? It does look better from my end. Okay, so we're okay with this? Okay. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm not sure what happened. I'm in a hotel, so maybe I'm sharing internet with a lot of other people. Maybe the guy next door stopped watching his content. I don't know what people watch in a hotel. Raziel's Lament says, can you steal those curtains and mail them to me? I need new ones. No, generally speaking, you're not allowed to take stuff from a hotel. Um, you have to, and a lot of times it'll be difficult to, like, I'm sure if I tried to take those curtains down, they're probably um, secured on there in some way that's very difficult, because like the coat hangers, for example, in a hotel, you'll notice they're not the typical coat hangers that you could just take off. They're kind of permanently affixed to the rack. Okay, everybody, we've got a lot of work to do. So without too much further ado, first thing I want to address here is we have a user named Matto who left a message on Discord, and I'm going to go ahead and read the message here. Hi, Henlips. My boyfriend Tyler is turning 25 tomorrow. Now I want to make sure everybody knows I'm reading something from Matto. If you just joined right now, you might have heard me say my boyfriend Tyler is turning 25 tomorrow. This is all a quote from something that I'm reading. The 15th, that's today. We are new users, but have watched some of your educational cooking content nearly every day since finding you on the YouTube. We also sing Jose Suicidio songs to each other constantly. His only birthday wish is for a Suicidio-style birthday song sung by our favorite kitchen explainer, Henry. If you can help make that happen, I would be very grateful. Okay, well, a couple of things. One, thank you very much, Matto and Tyler, for becoming new users. Don't forget, everybody, it's never too late to become a user. You could be even late in your life and all of a sudden start using. The thing that I do want to say is that I don't have my guitar with me, unfortunately. This is this trip is not necessarily. I know the video is lagging. I'm very concerned, but I don't have the guitar, but maybe I can try to sing it a little bit with, what do they call it, a cappella. So, Jose Suicidio songs. Birthday wish for Tyler, whose birthday is today. He's going to be 25. Jose Suicidio birthday song. Okay, let's do it. There is the Nobody's Birthday song, which I just played during the opening, which was poor planning on my part. So maybe I'll do the traditional happy birthday a cappella to Matto's boyfriend Tyler, who turned 25 today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tyler. Happy birthday to you. That's partly also because I can't come up with a rhyme for Tyler, which I would need. Tyler Wilder. It's nobody's birthday. My favorite character on Breaking Bad was Skyler. Yeah, it's nobody's birthday but Tyler. But that of Tyler. Okay, well, happy birthday, Tyler. It's very exciting. Birthdays, of course, are a very difficult time in a person's life because it means that you're getting older and you're getting closer to that great unknown. I think Shakespeare said it was the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns. That was from Hamlet's soliloquy, to be or not to be. But you're 25, so you still have many years. I would say you don't have to start getting depressed about your birthdays until you're about 50. And then, but I mean, that gives you a solid quarter of a century of fun birthdays that you can just celebrate to your heart's content. Don't forget, your 20s are all about screwing up. Screw up everything. Borrow money and don't pay it back. Develop bad habits, because you've got your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s even to start worrying about some of that stuff. Jay Vergs says, I'm getting chills of my spine. Now I know how JFK felt. Well, Marilyn Monroe was singing happy birthday to him while he was being assassinated. I don't know if it was while he was being assassinated that she was singing the song to him. That would be Lynchian. Michael Bublé 4422 says, if you commit a crime with a 20-year sentence in your 20s, you'll be out in your 40s. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. There's really nothing so awful that can happen when you're in your 20s that you can't repair it. There are some things, but anyway. Okay, I'm going to be constantly on the lookout to make sure that there's not a lot of video lag here. I'm showing that the internet doesn't seem to be the problem. The problem has more to do with the hardware, I think, that I'm using. I'm using an old computer. Okay, everybody. So you can hear me and you can see me and we can get started with the show. Am I correct on that? I'm going to be really leaning on your... Okay, great. The lag sometimes goes away. Thank you, Knifey McEdge. Hopefully you're still talking about the stream. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making French press coffee. Obviously, most hotels you go to have a coffee maker in the hotel room. Don't use that. It's probably filthy with germs from the people that just use the hotel before you, or from your own germs. Even the cheapest hotels, you go to a Motel 6 or whatever, they have coffee waiting for you in the lobby in the morning. Don't use that either. What you want to do is you want to bring your own French press. All you need is you're going to need some coffee beans like this that you can grab from any store. Any store will send you coffee, or will sell you coffee. You just put the beans in a little bag like this, and normally I hit these with a shoe or a hammer, but today we actually have a grinder that we're going to use. So I'm going to show you how to use that. So let's go ahead and switch scenes here. And I have no idea if this is going to work or not. It might require some adjustment. Okay, good. It looks like we've got it. Okay, so what we have here is this, which is a hot water maker. This actually is a handy tool if you need to make hot water. And then here we have our grinder. And here is the star of our show. This is the French pressed coffee maker. Okay? So, let's start by grinding up our coffee. So, if you notice, this coffee maker has little guides here. It says 5 ounces, 10 ounces, 15 ounces. We're only one person here in the hotel, but I like a lot of coffee, so I'm going to go ahead and make 15 ounces, and it says right here, it's got a little picture of a tablespoon. I don't know if you can see that, but it says you want 3. I don't have a tablespoon with me, of course, because I'm traveling. Who brings a tablespoon with them when they're traveling, except for I have on occasion. But I've been cooking long enough to know that this is about 1 tablespoon. So we're going to go ahead and put that in our grinder. You can clean your grinder if you want, but I'm the only one who uses this one. So we're going to do that 3 times. Here's another one. I know you guys have questions. We will get to them. Oh, Saguaro Ooze got a great question. And I will get to it. We have a question about roast beef. My cat, roast beef. I have a neighbor who's looking after roast beef. And let's see here. Oh, the neighbor who's looking out for after roast beef took some pictures and sent them. So I'm going to have to do this on the fly because fortunately I've gotten good at this. But I'm going to start a new scene. Thanks to Quanto, who's now building a family. Wait, are you there? I'm going to import an image. Let's see, how do I do this? Okay, here we go. This is an image of roast beef that was just taken last night. Okay, looks good, huh? Looks like he's alive and well and feeling good. Yeah, handsome fella. Oh yeah, roast beef does have a kitty wall. You can see it in full action in the peanut butter cookies episode. And I'll be showing some obscure episodes today as well. Okay. All right. Thank you for caring about roast beef. Also, calamari sushi something or other. Calamari Juice Cup says, did you watch the roast of Tom Brady? Your sushi date, Nikki was in it. Yes, Nikki was amazing. She's fantastic. I tried to make her sushi and it didn't go well, but that's just because she doesn't like sushi. But it turns out she's a very good public joke teller in the way that I'm a public kitchen explainer. Caffeinated Cat says, Henry, what is your favorite kind of coffee flavors? Ours at the office is the brand named Bones Coffee, s'mores flavor. Okay, so for those who don't know, Caffeinated Cat is our resident office worker who actually watches from the office with coworkers. And it sounds like you have your own community coffee, which is great. It's a great idea because that way if everybody bought their own individual coffee, that would get expensive. So you're sharing coffee. And it sounds like you guys like the fancy stuff. It says s'mores flavor, and it's from Bones Coffee. Now, Caffeinated Cat, you don't have to answer this, but what general part of the world are you in? Because I've never heard of that Bones Coffee. It might be local. It sounds local, and a lot of coffee is. But it might be worth checking out. This coffee, I believe, is from Cost Plus World Market in Glendale, and I think it was just a generic Colombian coffee. Everyone Type Forson says, speaking of office work, I went for an interview for an office job today. The interviewer told me I'd start on $2,000 a month, which would increase to $2,500 a month after 6 months' time. I told them I'd start in 6 months. Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Wait for it to increase before you start. The only problem is you have to go with 6 months of no income, and you have to run the risk of maybe the job not approving of those terms. But I think it's a good strategy nonetheless. Okay, everybody. Where were we? Oh yeah, we're making coffee. So let's go back to our situation here. I'm going to start by grinding this. Little bit of information about the grind level. We're going to be doing something called a coarse grind for this. This is for French press. See, you have this little thing that it's got holes in it, and if you grind it too small, the holes will go in there and it's going to get in your coffee. So what you want to do is something called a coarse grind. I get assholes riding up from all over the country in their douchebag cars saying, hey, I want to try to do a fine grind of coffee in my French press. No, you can't do it. I don't care how entitled or privileged you are. It's just something that it's physics, basically. You're going to have a coffee cup that, no matter how good it tastes, you're going to have coffee grinds on your tongue, and nobody wants that. So stop asking me this. You're going to do a coarse grind. How do you do a coarse grind? Well, you grind it for half the time that you normally would for a fine grind. So, for example, let's say for a fine grind I needed 30 seconds of grinding. Well, half of that would be somewhere around 10 or 15 seconds. So in this case, I don't know how long it takes to make a fine grind here, so I'm just going to guesstimate. Let's try 10 seconds, and then we'll taste it and see if it's the right grind here. Okay? So in order to grind it, there should be a little button here. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now, if you turn it upside down, it makes a little cup. Unfortunately, I might have gone a little too fine on this. Yeah, nah. Okay. This is basically... Oh, no. Now I lost my... Hold on a sec. This is a fine grind, so I screwed up. And I lost my camera temporarily, but now I know how to fix it. Okay, so that's okay. We're just going to have to make it the way it is. So we're going to take that coffee and we're going to put it into our French press. This is the star of our show, really, right here. We're going to put that in there. Well, we're almost there. We're halfway there. The next thing we need, though, is some hot water. So the hotel that I'm in only has one outlet, so I'm going to unplug our coffee grinder. We don't need it anymore. And I'm going to plug in the coffee or the hot water heater. If you don't have a hot water heater, you're going to have to just use the hot water in the hotel. I'm getting a lot of wires going on here. I'm actually amazed that this is working. All right, let's go ahead and get some hot water going, and then I'll check in with you guys. Wait a second here. Does this do anything? Is it plugged in? I'm running out of space. And it's not a level surface, which is problematic. Ow! I just hit my head on a very low lamp. I'll show you this lamp. Some idiot thought it was a good idea to put a lamp just about this at the very level of your head. So, all right, so we've got a little bit of difficulty here. Nothing's happening with this, and I don't know why. There's a light that looks like it's supposed to go on. Oh, I see. Okay, it's working now. I don't know if this is... We're going to let that heat up. My head really hurts. Who put that there? Jay Verg says, be sure to leave the hotel maid 50 cents for the extra cleaning she'll have to chasing down that fine grind all over the desk and under the desk mat and on the floor. Yeah. Okay, well, JSBX fan says, time for the ice bucket challenge to ice your dome. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to do something. Raziel's Lamed, have you found all the hidden cameras in your hotel room yet? Oh, did they have they have hidden cameras here, huh? Okay. Fitchin' Hat says, hey, Henry, I have a job interview in a couple of hours. It's virtual, but I think I'll wear pants anyway. Any other advice you might have to help me make it through the day? If you're putting on pants, you're already doing better than I am. No, I'm kidding. I do have pants. I put them on for the stream. Okay, this thing sounds like the water's getting really hot. Now, here's another important thing. You want that water not to be boiling. Boiling would be too hot, and it would burn the coffee beans. So you want to have it almost boiling. This is going to be about 180 degrees. I don't have a temperature taker device, but we can sort of guesstimate. Kurt Cocaine says, are you going to add whiskey to your coffee since you're alone in a hotel room in a remote area? Yes. Yes. Blurry Little Quest says, TBF, Henry hasn't proven to us that he's wearing pants. This is true. I guess I can just leave that up for the imagination. Zero Phases says, if I get super wealthy, would you be able to manage my server room? Absolutely. I have a little bit of experience with that. Not much. I portrayed someone who was the head of a server room, and I received instructions by the real manager of a server room, who actually looked remarkably like me. Okay, let's see how we're doing with our water here. Made kind of a mess, unfortunately. I can't really tell if this is boiling or not, but I think we're probably okay. I think it's time. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply take our hot water heater. We're going to pour our coffee into this carafe. And what did we say? We're going to put it up to the 15 ounces because we used 3 tablespoons. I don't want to cover up. You see, what I'm using is this here. So, there we go. We're almost home free. We're almost having coffee, and we're almost going to put some booze in it. But, ooh, watch out for this thing, guys. It's hot. I also am going to unplug it because I'm wondering if maybe that is part of why we're having hardware issues. Actually, I think it's the Razer webcam because this cam is working great. That's my iPhone. I think I'm doing pretty well. I think Quanto would be proud. Okay, so now the hotel fortunately provided me with a stirrer. So that's going to be our next step here. I'm going to stir this. I don't think this coffee is very hot because I don't see it steaming. I don't think the water is hot enough, unfortunately. It's a little bit, but I like it a little hotter. But you know, we're just guesstimating. We don't have a temperature taker device. Stankbot2 says, "Do you have a cousin in Cedar Rapids? At your show, I was staring at the back of this guy's head, thinking it was you. Then he turned around and saw me. LOL, similar head shape, I guess. Great show. Thanks, Stankbot2. I didn't know. Did we talk afterward? I didn't know that there were users there at the Cedar Rapids show. I'm happy to hear that there were. Okay, just keep stirring this. Let's go ahead. Okay, we're just about there, guys. I know that you've been very patient, and I appreciate that. We have a lot more content to do too. So, all right. I'm going to stop stirring at this point, and I'm going to put in our lid, or whatever this thing's called. This part's very, very important. If you've ever used a French press coffee maker before, you probably know this, but this is just for the people out there who've never seen a device like this. You might think that you just go in, oh, well, first thing we have to do is we have to wait 4 minutes. So let's do that now. I forgot. I don't have a timer here, but I'll just look. It says 11:30 where I am right now. So, okay. While we're doing that, I can get to some questions. I can't use Siri because it's my overhead camera. Dazzlecat asks, does anyone have a computer? I would think somebody might. Squid Liquor Stevens says, Henry, you complained earlier about assholes who grind coffee too fine, but now it seems like you are one of them. I'm confused. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Maybe there's a little lesson in that. I also called them douchebags, says Michael Bublé. Yeah. Be careful when you throw glass stones, because you might be living in a glass house or something like that. Or you might be the kettle calling the pot black or whatever. All right. Pretty sure you also called them the scum of the earth at some point. Yeah, thanks, Kairosa. Yeah, I was going a little harsh on them. I didn't realize that maybe a lot of people were actually grinding their coffee too fine because they didn't have a timing device. Everyone type Forson says, we need Borson to approve the French coffee. Yeah. Is Borson out there? We don't seem to have any Borson going on. Let's go ahead here and check in on some of our alerts. I haven't been reading them, and that's because of the special circumstances we're in, but wow, okay. It says here, Anonymous tipped $9.99. Thank you, Anonymous. We love your work. What you guys do over there at Anonymous. Henry, I'm so happy you're taking a stand for a more free French journalism. Since the Charlie Hebdo terrorist attacks, it's been hard. Yeah. I guess it's been enough time since the Charlie Hebdo attacks that we can talk about them. Yeah, let's... I guess you could say that I'm taking a stand for free speech by using the French press coffee maker. Paris says, Je suis Paris. Okay. Hessex122 has resubscribed for 13 months and says, where are you streaming from, Henry? I'm streaming from a hotel in the American southwest of the U.S. Borsenvin says, please make your coffee respectfully. Thank you, Borsenvin. Good to see you on here. Okay, I've got a lot of alerts I want to go through because I've been very negligent, and I appreciate everybody. We have 572 subscribers, which is doing pretty well for us. Bert Buff Tug, thanks for the cheer, and says, just out of curiosity, do you normally do a lot of grinding in hotel rooms? No, I don't, but the guy next to me does. The guy next to my hotel room is what I meant by that. Okay, Bert Buff Tug, thank you very much. Minho Shin 64 has resubscribed at Tier 3. Thank you. Thank you, Minho Shin. And Mattifus cheered 100 bits and says, for Tyler's birthday. Oh, that's Matto. Thank you very much, and happy birthday, Tyler. Jabrani Bozo has resubscribed for 5 months and says, thanks for the laughs. Thanks, Jabrani Bozo. Munch Hotel cheered 200 bits and says, a tip for the roast beef picks. Yeah. Toke My Nuts resubscribed at Tier 3 and says, I turned 35 last week. Please make it stop. Yeah, it doesn't stop. I'm 19 years ahead of you, but it's okay. You might find yourself a cooking explainer. Javebergs gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Amazing. Thank you. I'm so sorry I missed this. This was 30 minutes ago. DD Star Peak cheered 100 butts. Bradford Bartos. Good to see you on here, Bradford. Thank you very much for your support. Resubscribe for 20 months. Amazing. I really appreciate that. And Fat Hunger cheered 420 bits. Thank you, Fat Hunger, for all that you do. DD Star Peak. Ryan C3483 resubscribed, and Dio Fantos of Sweden resubscribed for 21 months. Some just coming in here. JDS94 resubscribed for 3 months. A girl from class resubscribed and says, hey Henry, it's been a while, but this doesn't look like your kitchen from what I remember. Were you abducted by Big Tomato? Blink twice if you need help. No, I appreciate the concern, girl from class, but actually I am completely of my own free will and not enslaved in any way. Radmite has subscribed for 17 months and says, hey Henry, thanks for the stream. I was wondering if you had any tips for finding happiness when you hate yourself. Thanks. Radmite, I would say making French press coffee is a good place to start. Because what it does, you'll still hate yourself. You might even hate yourself more, but it'll distract you because you can't think of 2 things at the same time. Remember that. There's all kinds of stories of people with mental disorders that are incredibly good at numbers, and that's because the world is so overwhelming to them. If they just focus on saying numbers and memorizing numbers, they can't think of both things at the same time. I think that's how the science works. Jaeger Squad has resubscribed. Thank you very much, Jaeger Squad. Alexander Dean says, I'm afraid I couldn't possibly part with that item. I'm sorry. Oh, you guys are having a conversation in there. Okay, everybody, it's time to check out our coffee here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, this is very important as well. I have here our French press coffee maker. This coffee has been stirred. It's ready to go. We're almost there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get a cup ready. If I can find my coffee cup, yes. Here's a coffee cup. We're going to keep this on deck. This is the most important part of today's lesson. Very important here. You'll see a lot of assholes riding up in their Teslas or whatever expensive car they've got, and they'll come over here and just hammer this thing down all in one blow. Do not do that. You are going to end up with grounds, again, all throughout your coffee. What you want to do is you want to take your hand and let the weight of your hand simply rest on top of your French pressed coffee maker, and then just sort of let gravity slide it down. If you push, you're going to fuck up your coffee. You want just the simple dead weight of your hand to do the pushing. Okay? Thanks, Parasitosis says I'm too fast. I have kind of a heavy hand, so gravity was pushing it down or pulling it down faster. If you have a light hand, that's why most baristas that are really good have really light hands, similar to the way that jockeys tend to be very diminutive and lightweight people because it's more aerodynamic when they're riding horses. So, but this is the best I could do under the circumstances. Okay, and with that, our French pressed coffee is ready. So let's go ahead now and pour it. This coffee, of course, you can see I already used it, but that's okay. There's going to be, it comes out pretty slow. Now, some of you might want to have a little condiments. I've got a little condiment station here that came with the hotel. Let's go ahead and grab maybe a sugar. This is called the Eco Stick Organic Raw Sugar. And some of you guys might like a little cream too. I've got a creamer here from Coffee Mate. Let's just go ahead and pour this. And stir it up. How are we doing from a technical standpoint? You can hear me and you can see me. You can see me making coffee and everything is right with the world. Phantom Parakeet says, Coffee Mate, that was that the guy beside you? No, there was not. Okay, I misspoke earlier. Somebody asked if I did a lot of grinding in the hotel, and I said no, but the guy beside me does. I meant the guy who occupies the hotel room next to mine. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put this cover on here. Did I stir it? I think so. Be careful with exposed prongs. Uh-oh. Streaming issues. I can see streaming issues happening. Okay. I see that there's a little bit of a delay. Doc Diaz says, well, it looks better than doo-doo water. Yeah. Okay, are we there? I'm in a hotel, so we're not always going to have the best internet issues here. Wow. This is a fucking good cup of coffee, you guys. Very, very good. I'm going to say it's fantastic. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to fix something here. Okay. For whatever reason, that helps, whatever I just did. But you can see me and you can hear me now, okay? Like we're doing all right. This is a really, really good cup of coffee. Irish Drummer Boy says, good fucking job, Henry. Yeah, this is great fucking coffee. I want to apologize to Caffeinated Kath because I know you watch with your coworkers. But sometimes you sip a coffee and it's so good that you just feel like you have to drop F-bombs. Parasitosis says better than drip. It is better than drip. I will say it is much better than drip. Now, we made a little bit of a mess, as you can see. But that's okay. That's what the hotel maid is for. And you're absolutely right. Whoever it was suggested that I give 50 cents for a tip. I think they'll appreciate that. Caffeinated Cat says, we're editors. We swear like sailors. Oh, okay. Good to hear. Yeah, editing has made me swear on several occasions. Probably the worst thing that happens to me when there's an editing, when I'm editing, is that I update the software that I'm using, and suddenly the thing that used to be up here in the right is now in the bottom left or whatever, and it just, I don't understand why they have to change something once it already works great, but they do it, and you'll definitely get some F-bombs from me on that. Okay, everybody, I have a very special surprise. I got a gift. I received a present, and it comes to us from Nella. Is Nella there? Because I'd like to open it here on stream, but I won't do it if Nella's not there. Oh, Nella's there. Okay, is this something that's safe for work, or safe for Caffeinated Kath's work at least? Nella Wallen says, don't dox me. Oh yeah, okay, of course. So, yeah, okay. This is a gift that we just got from Nella Wallen, and we're going to open it now. But I'm going to be very careful to show the bottom part of the envelope so you don't see the other side. I'm going to try, let's see here. I think I'm going to try to use the other camera for this, because I want it to be an overhead situation. Oh, I see. I'm opening it from the wrong side. I'm very excited. Unfortunately, in the hotel, they don't give you scissors. This thing is really, really well packed. Okay, I'm going to read the chat a little bit here. Big Chunga says, Henry, I'm eating a fresh bowl of cat poop I digged out of my cat's litter tray. What should I garnish the dish with? Well, I mean, typical garnishes would be something like a piece of parsley. It's that type of food that doesn't taste good, but it makes it look more pleasant. Kugamo says, don't knock over your coffee opening it. Yeah, I almost did there. Okay, here we go. What? It's an apron. Oh, this is fantastic. I wish I would have opened it prior to doing this stream because I felt kind of weird not having an apron today. But let's put this sucker on. I like it. Thank you very much for the gift. Let's see if there's a way that we can close in on what some of this stuff says here. There's a whole lot of writing on the side. Stoked Pampica. This is really amazing. Henry's Kitchen. Wow. The roast beef of the beef. Fuck beef. So there was a misspelling here. Wow, this is incredible. This really is fantastic. I think I'm gonna maybe we'll include a picture of it. But I like it. Thank you so much, Nella. This is incredible. It's an incredible apron. And it's very kind of you to send it. Let's see what else we've got here in the chat. Thank you, Nella. Okay, wow, this is incredible. Yeah, we're going to take a picture of it and put it on the Discord so that everybody can see it. This is really great. Thank you very much, Nella. Well, that's most of the surprise content that I've got today, but while I'm sitting here with my coffee chatting with you guys, maybe I thought it might be interesting to show you some more of the unreleased videos. These are the ones that are behind the paywall on Patreon. And Borsenvin, you are absolutely right. Users are the best. Or something like that, I saw. Let's see how we're doing here on our timeline. We've got another, about 8 minutes before we have to show an ad. So why don't I, for now, see if there's some more alerts. Jay Vergs cheered 421 bits and says, this room looks a lot like a rehab facility my uncle has been in and out of several times. I recognize that headboard. Why are you on the road again? An anonymous tipped $4.20 and says, Bono says to say hello. Bono is our good friend now. He's a big part of the Henry's Kitchen show. Okay, I want to address the question that Jay Vergs had. A couple of you have asked where I am. And the best way that I can describe it is that it's a place where it's been called the rehab capital of the world. But it's also a really fun party place. So you can either party or you can rehab or you can do both. So it's something like that. Okay? Jolly Austin 1 says Cleveland. Not sure. Tulsa. I don't know if you can party in Tulsa or rehab. Okay, everybody. Wait, there's a thing JSBX fan said. We're missing Bono and John on the apron. Oh, yeah, John. Another friend of the show's. I can't send it back. You'll just have to make a new apron. All right, everybody. If you can see me and you can hear me, it's time for us to go into some of our unreleased. I need to ask. It's Kate, Kairosa, some of our moderators who are diligently working on every show. I'm going to ask if I've shown, and it's okay if you don't remember, but I'm trying to remember which ones I've shown on stream before, because I want these to be exclusive, like things that we haven't seen before. But did I show the YouTube tutorial of homemade ice cream? Have I done that? That you recall. And if you don't recall, and if everybody votes that they'd like to watch it, then we can watch it, and it's okay. But I'm just curious, because I don't remember if I've already shown that one or not. Kairosa says, not that I recall, and It's Kate X says, I don't think so. Okay, without further ado, which is too late, but let's go ahead now and, oh, shit. I wonder if I should go ahead and show an ad now. Yeah, I'm going to show a 3-minute ad. I hate to do it, but we have to do it as part of our ongoing commitment to Twitch. So here comes a 3-minute ad for the non-subscribers, and the rest of us are just going to chat a little bit. So this is a good time to take that bathroom break you've been wanting. Okay, and then the other thing that I was able to do is that I unplugged my iPhone, which I'm hoping makes things a little better. Hold on a sec. The ad is in progress. Preferences. Okay. Yeah, for some reason when I go into preferences, and even if I don't change anything, all of a sudden I get less lag. Nella Wallen says there might have been another thing in the package. Oh, there absolutely is. There really is. This is great. Wow. Let's see if anybody can see this. It's a bracelet which says Hen Raw. Or Henru. Henray. Henraw. Henru. Okay, very cool. Thank you very much, Nella. I love this. Mochi's Nirvana says, I was thinking the same thing, Blurry Little Quest, but I don't know what that was. Oh, Blurry Little Quest says, Henry is becoming a bracelet collector of sorts. That's right. I have another bracelet as well. I love these bracelets. Thank you. From Key West. Parasitosis says, well, gotta go pick my kid up from school. See you all on the DVD. Yeah, and to anybody out there who's watching on the DVD, I hope you are able to watch after the fact. I know that when you're not doing it in real time, it might be harder to get some of the information, but I hope you make good coffee. I'm really, really impressed with how this went, and I actually have a lot more left. So this is turning out to be a pretty damn good afternoon. Kairosa says, get your kids something fun on the way home, like ice cream, which is a great way to go into the video that we've got here. So let's just see how we're doing on our situation here. Okay, the unsubs are back. Okay, it's time. Let's see if there's any alerts. Borsenvin tipped $1 and said, hey, what, where, and with who is beef beefing? Beef is beefing with a neighbor. And Borsenvin, in case you weren't here, we have a picture. This is a current picture of roast beef. So roast beef is doing okay. There was another picture as well. I'm going to pull that one up. Yeah, looking pretty regal. Doing all right. The old guy still has a lot of life in him. He's just sort of very... yes, Saguaro, ooh, you're absolutely right. A stately gentleman is a great way to describe roast beef. Okay, everybody's back. You can hear me. You can see me. What we're going to do now is we're going to watch a previously unreleased video, unless you were on the Patreon, but this is one that you could probably get a lot of use out of. If you're just joining us, we made an awesome French pressed coffee, and it's killer. So you can watch the DVD if you want, or the VHS or whatever it is, the VOD, if you want to learn how to make that. And here is some ice cream, homemade ice cream that you can learn how to make, and that's going to go great with your coffee as well. So without further ado, here comes Henry's homemade ice cream. That's not it. What is that? Oh, here we go. There's so many weird things that happen. That was my frozen iPhone camera. Okay, so you can see me up here, and we're going to go ahead and do this. Hello everybody, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be showing you how to make homemade ice cream. Ice cream is a colloidal emulsion food consisting of milk, ice, and sugar, and is made possible by something called the endothermic effect, which is an increase in the enthalpy of a closed system. So let's all scream for ice cream. Okay,
I'm
so
being
what
told
we'll
that
need for
Piss
this recipe
Baby
are
helped
2
with the
plastic
apron.
bags,
Thanks,
1
Piss
big
Baby.
One, 1 small one, 1 large bowl of ice, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 cup of milk, and 6 tablespoons of salt. So let's start by taking our milk, and we're going to pour 1 cup.
Oh yeah, always make sure if you're using a white measuring cup
I forgot I already pre-filled it.
that it doesn't already have
Yeah.
milk in it.
Anyway, so let's grab our small bag here.
I got rid of those
1
white
cup of milk,
measuring cups for that very
along
reason.
with our 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Now I have silver because there's very few
Vanilla.
silver liquids.
I'm also going to add just a little bit of food coloring here. You can add any colors you want, it's optional. Now seal it up. Now let's just start mixing it all up. You know, there used to be an opera singer named Luciano Pavarotti who would eat an entire carton of ice cream after every performance. And whenever one of his staff members would tell him that it was bad for him, he would tell them to go fuck themselves. Okay, so now that this is pretty well mixed, we're going to take our large bag, or our small bag. Wait. Okay, I think I might have actually switched the bags, which is no big deal. I'm just going to take the small bag and pour our mixture into that one, I guess.
A lot of what you're doing in the kitchen is really just improvising. This should work. Now let's seal it up. And yeah, maybe shake it a little bit more, I guess. Okay, so now I've got our large bag here, and we're just going to start putting our ice in there.
Might be able to do this in a hotel.
Along with our 6 tablespoons of salt, which is going to lower the melting point. Now remember, if you don't feel like doing all this shit, you can just go to the store and buy some ice cream.
That's always an option.
Top it up with a little bit more ice, and let's just seal it up. Now we basically just want to crush.
You're right, Jay Bergs.
In the bag. And what we're doing is we're letting the ice absorb the heat in a smaller bag to lower the
This
freezing
is science.
point.
But it's fun science because you end up with ice cream.
Make sure it's sealed. Ziploc technology isn't really quite what it used to be.
Munch Hotel, I would say probably making the
I went
ice
ahead and
cream.
switched to a different bag because I think that one was faulty. Okay, yeah, this really sucks actually. Now another thing you can try is to put both bags into a third bag. Also, you'll probably want to use some oven mitts for this because the bags get really cold.
You're right,
Okay,
Tugs
so
Nugs.
let's just shake this up for about 5 minutes. It's actually a pretty good exercise.
Even though they say she's out of my league, I'm coming up with a plan. I'm gonna change the way I strut my stuff. I'm gonna be a new man. I'll make her homemade ice cream. Ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up to make her homemade ice cream. Capers on top, and I'm gonna make her mine with my homemade ice cream.
Alright, so now let's start putting some of the finishing touches on here. I've got our small bag, and I've opened it up just a little bit, and we're just gonna squeeze our ice cream very gently through the little hole there. Might take some patience. Some people like it in a cone. Now we can put whatever toppings on there that we might have handy. I've got some almonds here and some capers, which will add a little bit more of a savory taste in there. Just add a little message here. Okay. And there we have our homemade ice cream feast. I want to thank a couple of patrons specifically for suggesting homemade ice cream. Daniel Pepetti and Mom Jeans, which also sounds like that would be a good children's book. But yeah, and I want to thank all the patrons at patreon.com/Henry's Kitchen for keeping Henry's Kitchen alive, and I hope everybody has a good March.
I'll make her homemade ice cream. Ice, milk, and sugar, and you shake it all up to make her homemade ice cream.
Okay, everybody. So that's how you do it. I made a couple of adjustments that I hope improve the quality of the internet from this point on. I disconnected my overhead camera because we don't need it anymore because I've already taught you how to make coffee. And now we're just watching videos, and I'm looking at the chat now on my phone, and I turned off the Wi-Fi. So I guess you could say I'm kicking some technical ass right now, and Quanto would be proud of me. All right. Ariel Hopkins says, am I being held captive? No, I'm not. Okay. Michael Bublé 4422 says, you are making tech your bitch. I guess you could say proverbial, my proverbial bitch. Okay, everybody, I'm going to pour a little bit more. See, now remember, I made 2 cups. So I'm going to pour some more of this deliciousness into my cup. Trying not to get it on the keyboard of my laptop, because that would ruin everything. If you're just joining us, this apron was sent to me by Nella Wallen, and apparently Piss Baby helped. So, thank you very much. And I'm just going to have this one black here. See how we're doing here in the chat. Okay. Well, it's at this point that I would like to try to do a special shout out to the users who have made this show possible. Not just the users, but also just users of various sorts. Unfortunately, I don't have an exhaustive list, but I'm going to do the best I can. This is going to take a couple minutes, but I always think gratitude is very important, and I wouldn't be here today with 296 people watching me if it weren't for all of the people that came forward and are still coming forward to bring content. So here we go. I want to thank Fawcan and Dingo Bop, Dom Beef and Hottest Bear 1111, Do Dingle Da Goggle, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, Bumble Vision the LGX, Daisy Blossom, Sir Doom, Pilskman Melon 95, don't forget Quanto, this is an old list, Borsum Ven Kairosa, Blurry Little Quest, Dazzle Cat, It's Kate, Mochi's Nirvana, and in terms of major streamers, there's so many, but I want to give a thank you to Nim, who always gave me so much support and have brought so many people to watch the show. Even just recently, apparently showed the new flat croissant video. So thanks, Nim. Thanks, Esfand, Amaru, and Bonnie for allowing me into your house to teach you how to make Frankenstein heads. Thank Moon Moon and Forsen and XQC for all showing Henry's Kitchen videos. I know that I'll be able to find a list of our Tier 3 subscribers, which is a really big deal. Alright, here we go. The Tier 3 subscribers. Purple Donut Filling as a Fruit, Parasitosis, Saguaro, Ooze, Zodbane, Toke My Nuts, Game Master Flash, Gary Busey, ASMR, Zodiac Tone, Beelzebub, Henlips 1, Alexa Please Fart For Me, Burrito 55555, Archmage Kale, Mochi's Nirvana, Sickly Boy, High 134G, Essity, Tismo, and Melody, E-Lake _ Okay, let's see if I can do all of the rest of them in just one breath. Sexy Daddy 420, everyone type Force and Nova Galarian Tankard and Borson Vanilla with JV's Tech, Clap Your Head, Johnny Pump 22, The Cherinex, Dinosaur, Nico Teso, Henry Philippopoulos, Shandis 2, Gatefish 69, Ransom GR, ICJ Frog, Freezy Frog, Pancake King 2, Cat Food Taste Tester, Passion Error, Computer Help, Maros _ Nella Wallen, JSBX Fan, Midnight Faded, and Michael Bublé 4422. I didn't make it, but I came close. So, thanks everybody. Oh, Blurry Little Quest says, don't forget Piss Baby. No, how did I forget Piss Baby? Yeah, I'm going to add Piss Baby on there. And some other honorable mentions. Don't forget Bill Larkin Music, friend of the show, and also Chef Reactions, who's been on here a couple of times, and Achelis. Okay, well, and Nella Wallen says, "Don't forget Quanto." I'm pretty sure I had Quanto in the first part. Okay, let's watch another previously unreleased video. If this is a video that you've seen, I apologize, but I think most people probably haven't, and hopefully, watching it a second time, you can learn even more about it. No. Nope. Hold on a second, everybody. Lex4 Live says, "I've requested that the entire Henry's Kitchen library be played at my funeral." That is good. At this point, that's going to be about, I think, about 100 hours. So people will definitely remember you. Okay, here we go. Dolmades. I don't know if I showed Dolmades, but here we go.
Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today I'm going to be teaching you how to make Henry's authentic Greek dolmades, or stuffed grape leaves. Dolmades, or sometimes pronounced dolmas, are arguably the most iconic Mediterranean cuisine out there. So after this expert tutorial, you should be able to tell the neighbors, "Hey, I know how to make dolmades." We'll start by making our sauce. We want 1 cup full of olive oil. Put that in a little bag. And for our egg, we just want 1 egg. But the tricky part is we just want the white. We don't want the yolk. So the method that I use... Ah, shit. That's a problem. Try to get that yolk out of there. Next, we want 1 tablespoon of mano. Add some salt to taste. Now just shake this bag up a little bit. Let all the ingredients mix together. And then we'll set this aside. Okay, let's go ahead and cut our onions. We have a lot of onions here, and we all know that onions stimulate the tear ducts in your eyes, and that's not a lot of fun. So I would recommend
this is where we got the
wearing
Onyo
some kind
helm.
of protective gear. I've got some goggles here. It might seem a little silly, but safety is important. So let's start by moving all these other ones out of the way. And we'll just find a good place to start here.
You're
Probably
right, Alexander
someplace in
Dean.
the middle. Okay, so even with the goggles, my eyes are getting a little teary-eyed. I have, this might seem like kind of an extreme precaution, but I've got a welder's helmet here that I'm going to put on. Again, it might look ridiculous.
It'd be great if there was a big applause right now.
Just being safe.
Not sure why I'm talking into my phone.
Okay, let's throw these in the skillet. So we're just going to put that in a skillet with some olive oil. And at the same time, we can start working on our rice. We want 1/3 cup brown rice. 2/4 cups water. And about 1/8 cup more brown rice. And we'll let that cook for 30 minutes.
Thanks, Archbounds.
Okay, so to work on our filling, we just want to combine our rice with our grilled onions. Add in our rosemary pricks. I like to go like this. And instead of putting in all kinds of spices, I just use one called allspice, which includes all the spices, so it saves you a lot of time.
This is the one that got me in trouble.
Now let's just whisk it up. So I think the show's getting a little more popular. I actually got recognized the other day at a restaurant called the Taco King. This guy came up to me and said, "Hey, don't you usually go to the other Taco King?"
That's a true
He didn't
story.
mention Henry's Kitchen, but I think he was just being polite. Okay, now it's time to start laying out our grape leaves. We just want to lay this out on a flat surface, and we're going to take maybe about a spoonful or two of our filling. We're going to put it on there, and we want to roll it as tightly as we possibly can,
This was really delicious.
like so. And these are pretty delicate, so you might have to try it a couple of times.
They're hard to keep intact, though.
Okay, so I've lined the bottom of our pot with some loose grape leaves, and I'm literally just going to take our grabber here, and we're going to place these in the pot, cover it up.
I'm with you, Blurry Little Quest. All I have is
Okay.
really strong coffee.
We're going to put this on a low
in me.
heat on the stove for about 50 minutes, and then when we're done, we're going to enjoy Henry's authentic Mediterranean stuffed dolmades.
She says she hails from Pasadena, and all the sailors know her name.
Yes,
But
turncoat.
if you mention Palos
Big time
Verdes,
caffeine
she will
junkie
smack
here.
you like a mule. And if you hail from San Jose, she'll do the same. She never has the time to say she's sorry.
Okay, so for our final step, we're just going to take our baggie with the sauce in it, and
Jay
we're going to
Vergs,
snip
that would
the
be
edge
amazing.
off with our scissors to make sort of a makeshift frosting gun, if you will. And then we'll pour the sauce all over it. And now you know how to make Henry's authentic Mediterranean dolmades. Not that great, but whatever. Well, thanks for joining us here on
Oh, yeah,
Henry's
that's
Kitchen,
right. It
everybody.
wasn't very good.
And as always, I want to say a special thank you to the patrons at patreon.com/Henry's Kitchen for making these videos possible. Happy holidays, everybody, and I'll see you next time.
But if you listen very close, you'll hear her crying in the breeze. For the whore of Sausalito's never free.
Yeah, sometimes you'll, and Raziel's Lament says this dish looks like some stuff I cleaned out of my gutters. Sometimes you'll make a dish, and even though it doesn't taste good, it also doesn't look good. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do one more. But this coffee, I gotta say, is delicious. But literally all morning and all day, all I've had is very, very strong, direct coffee running through my blood. Is the internet lagging? Yeah, let's give it a moment. There it goes. Okay, every now and then we get an interruption. I think probably because my neighbor here at the hotel is watching watching porn. No, I have no idea what he's watching. I just hear a lot of strange noises coming from through the walls. Lucy Rectum says, I'm late to the stream. Henry, were you finally evicted from your apartment? No, I'm here voluntarily. Okay. So, yeah, 10 Carl, you're absolutely right. Me and my fucking coffee running through my blood. I do think it's a good idea to start every morning with as much coffee as it takes to get just to that point where you feel a little bit like you want to throw up. And that's how I like to start my day. Okay, let's go ahead and show one more previously unreleased, not publicly released videos. These are behind the Patreon wall. If you want to join the Patreon, we could always use you. This is just something that I'm kind of saying right out of my ass here. I might have to restructure the Patreon a little bit because ideally it would be a large number of people pledging small amounts of money, so it's not too costly for anybody there. I've been able to make a living off of Patreon almost for the last 7 or 8 years. I mean, I also um, do other things, but that's because of some extreme generosity and just from a lot of people's generosity. And what I would like to have eventually is 100,000 people that are just pledging $1 every month. So I don't know how we do that, but that would be something to shoot for. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch our next one here. Uh-oh. Nella Wallen says, I'll go door to door. Yeah, anything that you guys can do. Okay, here we go. This is the final video for today. Nope, that's roast beef. Which ones have we watched? We just did Dolmades. Here it is. Baklava. Okay? I don't know if we watched Baklava, but this one I remember I did this one right during the height of the pandemic in Los Angeles. It was very, very difficult time for everybody. James Lebronsky says, "Ooh, my favorite." Okay, good. Yeah, we're doing a lot of Mediterranean stuff here. Maybe we could say this is in honor of the upcoming Mediterranean festival that's happening in the town that I'm currently staying in. Cloudy Sky Casey says, we saw that in ice cream. I love baklava. Yeah, this is a big dessert themed one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and watch it.
Hello, and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be making Henry's Mediterranean-style baklava. Baklava is a Mediterranean-style dessert item which comes to us from the Ottoman Empire, and the word baklava is originated from the Mongolian root word baklava, which means nutty, tasty pastry thing.
This was about 4 years ago.
Let's start by making our syrup. Oh, there's something wrong with my oven range, so I'm going to be using a hot plate for this one.
Oh yeah, that thing didn't work.
Is this on? Okay, I got a cup of water here. I'm going to add a half a cup of sugar, and let's go ahead and bring that to a boil. Add in some honey. Honey's actually going to be our flavor maker, so we want to add quite a bit. I'd say about 1 full cup. I have to spoon it out here. Okay, that's about a cup. Now let's just stir it up. You know, it's funny, every time I make a dish that involves nuts, I get people in the YouTube comments thinking that I'm trying to make some kind of dirty joke or something, and I just want you to know that's not the case at all. Let's get our mind out of the gutter, guys. Okay, so the recipe calls for orange zest. I don't have orange zest, but I can slice off some orange peel in there. Orange peel will be a nice flavor maker for us. Just break up the bigger pieces. Okay, let's go grab our nuts. Okay, so I have some almonds and some pistachios and some peanuts, so let's just spread these out on a dish. So what we're going to do is we're going to find some kind of a tool to crush these up into some kind of like a powder. I like to use a shoe.
I found that shoe didn't work, that's why I got the bigger one.
crushed. Let's try a different tool. Try to really
This was
crush 'em
effective.
up. And again, you want to just get it into a kind of a fine dust or a powder. Okay. Okay, let's just put these all into a bowl. Add some synonym. Synonym's going to be a nice flavor maker. Okay, now it's time to start building our layers. We're going to start by laying a foundation of phyllo bread into a cook pan. Pour on some butter, then add another layer of phyllo bread. This is called phyllo building.
This stuff's a
This time
pain
we're
in
going
the
to put
ass.
our nuts on it. You know, a lot of people don't know that the bagel dog and the pretzel dog are actually the exact same thing. Good luck seeing that covered by the mainstream media. Top it off
I got
with
in
one
trouble
last
for that.
layer of phyllo bread here. Okay, so to cut it, we're going to cut it across 4 ways and then diagonal 4 ways so that each piece comes off as sort of like a diamond shape. Okay, well, let's put this in the oven for about 40 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and when we're done, we're going to enjoy Henry's Mediterranean-style baklava.
There's something broken inside of me. Something no one
It's a little
else
montage
can
from
see.
2020.
Something hurts and it's way down deep. I think there's something
The summer of
wrong
2020.
with me. I got friends
It's not the
that I
one Bryan Adams
never
sang about,
see.
that's for sure.
They say they don't have time for me. I try to reach out to my family, but I just get voicemail.
Okay, so now we're just going to grab our honey mixture and we're going to pour it all over the whole thing. Try to let the honey drizzle all the way down your nuts.
Yo, Hora 1, I'd say you'd want to divide
let's
this
cut
by
off a
about
little
8.
piece here.
Because this is
There
for
we have
16
it,
people.
Henry's Mediterranean-style baklava. Popcorn. Well, thanks for joining me here on Henry's Kitchen, everybody. And thanks to all you patrons for supporting these videos for all these years. I hope everybody has a great holiday and Happy New Year.
All the kids in the neighborhood tell me I don't look so good. How I would change it all if I could, but I can't seem to.
Oh, wow. Okay, everybody. Hopefully today you learned how to make awesome French press coffee. That really came out good. Semi-okay Dolmades. And ice cream with capers, as well as some homemade baklava for our Mediterranean friends across the pond. I'm going to go around and see what this town has to offer. But I want to thank Nella Wallen and Piss Baby for putting together this incredible apron. We're going to put a picture of it on the Discord so everybody can see all the cool stuff that's written on it. I'm very appreciative to you, the users, for all that you do. As a matter of fact, let's see if there's a couple more alerts that we need to shout out before we sign off here. Arch Bounds has resubscribed for 24 months. Thank you, Arch Bounds. 2 years. Amazing. Borsenven gifted a Tier 3 sub to Piss Baby. Oh, I see. That's why Piss Baby's been added to the Tier 3. Thank you for that, Borsenven. And Borsenven also said, asked where roast beef was, and roast beef, thanks to my neighbor who's taking care of him, is alive and well and feeling good. Actually, he looks happier with this other caretaker than he normally does when he's with me. So I'm not quite sure how to feel about that. But as always, I want to thank all of you nice people for joining us here at Henry's Kitchen. And Sunday I'll be back in my normal kitchen, so we'll go back to doing the regular thing. Thanks, everybody. Meantime, make yourself some French press coffee. Go ahead and get one of these things. They're only about $100, or maybe you can get one cheap on Amazon. Or just go out and get yourself some coffee. Anyway, thank you, Lucy Rectum. Thanks, Burt Buff Tug. Thanks, Midnight Faded. Thanks to everybody. Thanks the Chunks. Everyone type Forsen. Caffeinated Kath, I hope you and your co-workers are making coffee as we speak. And everybody be good to each other. And I'll be back in the normal habitat on Sunday. See you later, everybody. Thanks.